What's up? Thank you for tuning back into this, the JP Lopez Show. This is the New Year's episode, so got some good shit planned for this episode. Hopefully it pans out like I planned it. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Bass.
Overworked, underpaid, essential and forgotten. How we treat our workers is shameful and rotten. We blame the victims for hardships they've gathered. Kick them a few more times when they're down and battered. I love this country dearly, but it gets harder every day. Politicians are babies, I'm just calling a shovel a spade. I know you don't want to hear it, but what can I say? We put the dream in ICU, it's the American way. Quarter of the world's prisoners, most of them done no killing. Land of the free and home of the brave, won't allow in children. Corporations are people, and people are just stats. Shouldn't be any mystery to how we got to where we're at. I love this country dearly, but it gets harder every day. Politicians are babies, just calling shovel a spade. I know you don't want to hear it, but what can I say? We put the dream in ICU, it's the American way. But what would this country be if we could all just get along? With each other, the environment, why I'd sing a different song. But until things change, you're gonna keep hearing me say, we put the dream in ICU, it's the American way. I love this country dearly, it gets harder every day. Politicians are babies, I'm just calling a shovel a spade. I know you don't want to hear it, but what can I say? We put the dream in ICU, it's the American way. We put our dream in ICU, it's our American way.
Yeah! Fuck yeah, dude.
Hey.
Oh, man, baby boy.
Hey, man, thank you. Appreciate it.
This episode is brought to you by Tigre Burrito. If you haven't tried them out, then you're missing out. Their hours of operations are from Tuesday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. They specialize in breakfast burritos and lunch specials. If you like that pica pica, try that hot sauce and let them know that it's the JP Lopez Show sent you. They can be located at 720 Highway 62 in Wolford, Texas. It's the small yellow building with the Tigre tiger on it.
I think it's an upgrade, brother.
Well, of course, yeah. But
I mean, look at you. Look, I mean, you look like a Tonight Show host over here, bro.
Well, that's a greatest compliment because that's kind of what I was going for.
Well, shit,
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Old school Johnny Carson type.
I mean, have we ever had a better Johnny Carson this day and age?
For real, bro.
I mean, we are not having it yet.
So how long I know he can ask you on the show, and I've heard, but how long have you been doing this publicly, professionally? Because I remember when during COVID you had your shit going on, and that was badass.
Oh man, you're sweet, dude. It blows my mind. Like anyone that like remembers that situation because it's like,
Did you get a lot of money?
man,
Because
people
I know
gave.
I know you were doing it for like charity or
that
each-
concert.
So how that worked was, wanted to start it where it's like, how do I keep playing?
Mm-hmm.
How do I continue to make my own money? But also, how do I help other human beings?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, definitely. The majority of the money, percentage-wise, went to other human beings, but I definitely was like, hey, I set it up where it's like, I'm going to take half, you take half, and then a lot of times, like, giving that shit to someone else, just like all of it. Like, I remember this one dude, Kalu James, only worked with him at Whole Foods for like 3 weeks in 2012, and no fucking contact with this dude, but he is doing the thing. And I was like, hey, I had a loud mouth at the beginning of the pandemic. I was like, I'm gonna do this shit until we're done and able to, travel and all that. I thought it was gonna be 6 weeks. That was 55 weeks for me.
Exactly,
right? And I went undefeated 55 weeks.
Yeah.
But I was like, loud mouth, like 6 weeks, nothing. 6 weeks, good. But started running out of human beings to like help or whatever.
It was cool seeing that concept of it. I
That's sweet
would
of
have
you,
never
man.
thought of anything like that. That was because you weren't just doing it for yourself. You were actually helping other people eat, other
Yeah.
musicians, and just regular people. So
And
shout out to you, man.
I appreciate it, brother. And like, definitely, hey, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And definitely, I definitely made money off of it. But if we were talking about real dollar bills, the majority of money went to other people.
That's cool shit, man.
So you were in the mecca of like garage bands in Austin.
What's that now?
Like you were in there, like you lived there, right?
Yeah, I was living in
So
Austin.
did that inspire you, or you were already off on your own shit? Like,
No, man, at that point, I mean, I had already moved up to Colorado, and like, wow.
oh,
like,
the pandemic, you were in Colorado?
Yeah.
Oh, damn! I thought you were still in Austin.
Nah, I moved up to the pandemic, or moved up before the pandemic, and nah, man, I was. That's funny, and it may be confused with it because a lot of the people that I helped out were from Austin, and like honestly, the majority of them were Texas based or whatever, just because that's. Hey man, these are my people.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey man, I don't care where I'm from. Austin definitely has a soft spot in my heart,
Yes, sir.
but neither my mama, my daddy, nor God herself can do anything about me being from Lubbock, fucking Texas. So that is where the fuck I'm from. Like, it's just that is the score of the game,
Yeah.
bro. So my Texans are gonna get more love. Even no matter where I'm from, I'm gonna get my Coloradans love, all that. But like, hey man, you gotta look out for home team. But
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. I thought you were still in Austin in the pandemic when you were doing that. But being there, like living there, did it do something to you, like musically or nothing?
Living in Austin,
Yeah.
you say?
Because that's like the new capital of live music now. So
Yeah, man.
image, yeah.
Boy, got a lot of different feelings around that question right there. I would say Austin was a second home to me before I moved there, and so already had a connection there. And then obviously, whether that's the truth or not, quote unquote, live music capital of the world, definitely a lot of music there and a lot of musical inspirations there. Definitely influenced a lot of situations. But honestly, man, if we're talking about musical inspiration, once again, Lubbock, Texas, dude. I mean, we got Butch Hancock, we got Joe Ely, we got Jimmy Dale Gilmore. Like, we got cats that like underbelly of songwriting history that's like people are not even going to recognize because they're like underbellies.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
So I got a buddy that I was introduced to recently, and he kind of schooled me into the Lubbock comedian.
yeah.
Like, there's a big following for comedy here in Lubbock.
See, I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it, brother.
See, I didn't know either. So
Tell me about it.
So I'm just from what I know, like, you know, there's a lot of open mics throughout the town throughout the week. There's a few known spots that there's an open mic on certain days of the week.
Hell
but
yeah.
that being said, it kind of inspired I'll just say it, man. We're gonna start a Lubbock podcast,
Fuck
and
yes.
it's gonna be called the Great 06.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
And
Great
and
06.
we kind of want to shine lights on, like you said, the underbelly of
Dude.
songwriters, like these comedians that are fucking funny, but
The art that is not getting spotlighted.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's what we are in the works of, and it's gonna be under
Hell
my banner.
yes, brother.
So hopefully, man, it does something, you know.
Hell yeah, dude.
Because all of us are proud Lubbock Texan.
Yeah.
If you survive to drinking age in this town,
Oh yeah.
for real.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean that sounds like, that's a little tongue in cheek to some human beings, but
yeah,
if you
just-
just think about it for a second, if you grew up here, it's like, actually, if you survive to be able to, have a valid ID, how many human beings you knew before graduation gone.
Oh yeah. That didn't make it. Yeah.
And not to be like a trauma bonding situation here, but it's like, for real, gratitude. Like, hey man, if you were older than that, like, actually, high five.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking
We
great.
made it. We made
Fucking
it.
great.
Yeah. No
For
shit.
real. And yeah, maybe to the rest of the world, a low bar. But how many people do you know, and even generations of people know, that they didn't ever step foot out of Lubbock County, dude?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I've gotten to see, I got to drive through Alabama as quick as fucking possible because I don't think they want me. But got to see other places.
You didn't
and
like
all
that
the things,
sister
but, like,
fucker place?
No, man. No, man, because I'm looking like the sister. You know, no, my cute white ass, like, I
That
dropped
boy got a
weight.
pretty mouth.
Yeah.
I want to see you whistle.
Naked.
Touch my belly button.
This asshole's still pink. He ain't been through life yet.
No, it's bleached, motherfucker.
Oh shit! On that
Watching
note,
trauma.
let's start the fucking show, man.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on!
It's the JP Lopez Show.
Well, thank you for returning. This is the New Year's episode, so I kind of want to get a little deep with you, man. The outline of this show is success is built in silence.
I was walking out.
You know what I mean?
I'm gone.
He's like, I'm out.
And
No.
I don't know, man. It's you did something to me. I don't know if you ever knew this, but it was when you called me like 2 a.m. one night, and you were like, "Dude, I'm fucking damn proud of you. I just heard your latest episode, and I think you're being a little too hard on yourself, bro. And I'm super proud of you, and you've got to appreciate yourself a little more." And I don't know what that fucking did to my mental, but it worked. It helped me.
Oh,
It helped
bro.
me tremendously, man.
Man, you gotta give me a hug on this thing. You gotta give me a hug on
Brothers don't shake, brothers hug. Come here, brother. For sure, bro. Like, dude, you have no idea. And
That's badass.
I took that and I ran with it. I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I am being a little too hard on myself. But I also want to, like, talk about kind of resorting back to being a little hard on yourself because, you know, like I said, success is built in silence. And with success, it does take some discipline. And I hustle in my life like a mother, like with work, with my family, with the podcast, with my photography. I hustle, but I don't have the discipline to eat right, to like I have the discipline for everything else. I
understand.
Like I want to be looked at as a hustler, and I think like body image wise, you don't see that in me. You know what I mean? But it's because I don't have the discipline to cut out the late night snacking, and this I don't want to at all turn this into a diet episode, but what I'm bringing this up because
Man, I like biscuits. We
Yeah.
can talk about biscuits, motherfucker.
But I bring this
All
up
right, man.
because total success to me is going to include like cutting my shit out, like in my nutrition. And I've told myself 2025 is the year that I cut out all my bullshit. Okay. I really want to vibrate on a higher frequency. I've cut out fucking porn for like 5 months now.
Oh shit!
I mean, you're beating 99% of the human beings. I mean, you saw what happened when they gave it to the Amazon people. Yeah. For real, that's a real news story. Hey man, we're on porn and shopping all of a sudden. Yeah. Like, oh, y'all are Americans too?
They gave them Starlink, right? They gave them the internet and they found porn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That is real shit. All right,
did you hear about the monkeys?
Tell me about them.
So they gave monkeys
potato chips,
like currency. Like they taught them how to buy shit with currency. They were buying hookers. They were buying prostitutes. The women monkeys were selling that ass, and the boy monkeys were buying it.
That's right.
All right. Hold on, real quick. I got one thing to say on that, and I want to bring it back to the monologue situation. I think, honestly, as Earthlings, we all procreate.
Yeah.
We all get a high off of an orgasm, a sexual feeling. I think we should legalize sex work, make it like a Tinder situation. Like, hey, this person is
monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, what? If it's consensual, whatever's going down, brother.
Sorry, man, I didn't mean to fuck that up.
No. But I want to bring it back to what you were saying, because at the end of it, I think there's something else I want to say. But like, there was a little bit of what I was hearing about. I don't know. You aren't feeling like maybe measuring up to your own standard, and like, I don't know. Continue what you were saying.
Well, that's what I'm just. What I'm saying is,
you were shaming
like,
yourself about your eating, man.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I really want to have a presence of being a hustler, bro. Like, if a guy that's like fit and in shape, you fucking know he's dedicated into that aspect of his life.
That's not true.
I was gonna, a street cartel, Big Boy, right? A lot of people. Do you remember him, the big dude that was on the internet? He goes by Big Boy Street Cartel.
Thunderdick. In the pandemic, that guy.
No,
that
We
guy
all
actually
saw
died.
it. We all saw it. Yeah, don't make me to be the asshole. We all fucking saw it.
No. I know you're talking about. No,
That
he
guy actually
was on
dead.
He passed away from his thunderness. No, he's a influencer, but he was I don't know if you remember that Cali, that black dude Cali.
Yes,
his homeboy,
yes.
Big Boy. Well, he was like 350. Of course, he was doing all this monster stuff, and I think he struggled with that too. But then he would talk about like the same people that look at you, which you might feel the other side of the people are looking at you like, that's a bad motherfucker. You know, that he's grinding. So I get where you're coming from, because I feel the same way too. But if you took a second to realize all the grinding that you do that these motherfuckers don't see, it doesn't matter what they think about your body size, because you in the gym, you're putting in the effort. You're not only doing it to feel better, but to have a longer life with your wife and son. So,
Bro, that feels good. Like, those words feel awesome. But here's my mindset behind what I'm saying.
Fuck your words. What I'm about to say.
No, but what I'm saying, just to make y'all understand.
No, go ahead.
No, for real. Yeah.
Is everything in my life, as far as work-wise, like, I hustle.
Yeah.
Like, it's balls to the wall. I don't fuck around. There's no fucking around in every aspect of work in my life.
Yeah.
I represent a big guy well in the gym.
Yeah.
Like, I can kick ass in the gym.
Yes, sir.
But there's one fucking thing in my life that I don't hustle at, and it's my fucking nutrition. Yeah. So that's what I'm just saying.
Okay,
success to me in 2025 is going to be that nutrition that's on the outside of the ropes, bringing it in.
You set that goal and go.
And that's and to me, success in 2025 is me bringing that in and fucking mastering
it. Go get it, bro. Go get it then, yeah. No, that's badass. I look at it as you have a goal that, that you're going to set.
Yeah.
And you're already set, and that you already have a game plan to it. Now go whoop its ass, right? And I can back that, you know what I mean? That's badass.
Yeah.
Setting, a lot of people can talk about it, but, if you set the goal, you have a game plan, go get it. You know what I mean? And that's what's up.
That's what I want.
You're going to go.
That's my success for 2025. For sure.
Come on, let's get it.
It's just like I fucking kick ass in the gym, and then I'm at home at midnight bored. I'm just fucking ripping up snacks, and it
What
didn't
kind
even
of snacks, man?
anything. Fuck anything.
No, well, I'm not asking in terms of nutrition. I'm just asking in terms of food. Like, what kind of snacks you getting? Baby?
Well, that's the thing. Like, whatever's there, chips, fucking
stop.
cakes. Fucking,
That's what I'm talking about. Like, well, give me your favorites. Like, I'm asking you, like, hey,
Favorite
man,
fucking snacks
if
has gotta
we're
be
going
all
out
the-
to the bar, like, I'm saying, hey, man, give me reposado and tequila. Like, I'm not asking in a shaming way. I'm
No,
asking,
I
like,
get what you're
straight
saying.
up, like,
But
give me
here's-
some snack because I'm gonna go cheese pizza myself.
Oh shit,
Like, if I can find a cheese
Thin-
slice, I'm gonna go after that fucking
thin
thing.
crust.
Yeah, man, you know I'm a white
Yeah.
bitch.
That sounds good right now.
Cheese pizza.
These walls are close.
cheese pizza is fucking hard. It goes hard. But my snacking is like fucking Klondike bars, fucking ice
yeah.
cream,
What
fucking
would this
little
man do
Debbie
for it?
cakes. You know what I
Fuck
mean?
yeah.
Do you think were you deprived of them as kids? Like,
No.
See, okay, me, I think I went to counseling for a little bit. I couldn't get it when I was younger, right? My brother's discipline, and so why was I a little chubby? Because my ass would sneak out and go to Burger King and go get me Snickers and stuff.
I was a Twix Alley kid.
Right? Same here. So as I got older, once I was able to buy my own shit, I could get me 2 Whoppers and I ain't got to worry. And I struggle with that. So when we talked about, things we want to work on, I had to learn I still struggle with food. That's my kryptonite. But for me, it was sex. And to hear you say, to backtrack a little bit, 5 months without that, bro, I need to step my game up. Like, that's a struggle. And I never thought porn was a struggle. But so yeah, sex, food, and like I've always talked about, open house, beer or bud was my thing. And I've had to learn to cope with those things. But the difference between you and I is I really have never been one of those, like, I don't kick ass in every aspect of my life. So I struggle in a lot of different areas. So for you to have it down to one that you're like, man, I need to work on that. That's that one goal that you're setting, bro. And I look forward to see what this next year brings because I know you can do it. I've seen it, and only you know how you truly feel when you'll be satisfied. I see that big guy you got me into, Rich, what was his name? That passed away?
Oh, Rich Piana.
And I didn't understand it then, but now I get it. So I watch some of his videos and I get the mindset. You got to conquer the mindset first before you can get it. So I see how y'all lift weights and y'all are some big motherfuckers. If you only have that one avenue that you want to focus on, man, I think you're going to knock that shit out the park, bro.
And that's the thing too, is like my mindset is so disciplined in every aspect of my life except fucking nutrition.
Yeah, bro,
I
you're
don't
being
get
too
it.
hard on yourself. Like, I've been hearing y'all talk, and I've just been holding my tongue for the last, 15 minutes here. But,
What's your take on it?
man, I think you're just too hard on yourself, brother. Like, if it's like something that shot through my mind. I had a young lady in my life, and wasn't even really in my life. But, hey, man, by anyone's standards, 99% good. Like, look how bad this young man looks over here. Like, anyone in the world, 99%, like, this man needs to be, like, peacocking around here. That's how that young lady was. She had one little bump. She's a skinny girl, too, but looked like a little second chin. That's the only thing fucking we think about. And that's all we're putting the energy on. And that's all we're doing that. Bro, you ain't done no shit in your life. You ain't done a podcast. You ain't done all this, and you're just beating the shit out of yourself because you like some fucking steak. That's bullshit, JP. That's fucking that's bullshit,
you
bro.
like some steak.
Like, hey man, hold yourself accountable, but beat the hell out of yourself. Fuck you, dude. You're wrong.
Yeah, I never
Should I
thought
slap
of it.
you right now? Should I slap you?
I never thought of it like that until we talked.
For real though.
Yeah.
Like, stop beating the shit out of yourself, bro.
And that's what I wanted to bring you on for this episode to talk to you because I get what you're saying, but it's
All right. So I can make it real. Can I take over your show for 5 minutes?
be my guest, bro.
Well, that's why you have me on, ass.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So Man, I didn't know we had all that going. Hey, man, let me plug some shit in. All right, so, you know about this. Got a finger situation. I was protecting me and my dog. First week of November, we got attacked by 2 different dogs. She's good. I had a severed tendon. Got that thing attached. Now we're out of a cast. All that business. Blah blah blah. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I've been hard on myself in a situation while also holding myself accountable. And it may not sound like the one that I'm talking about, but like on a real hippie spiritual situation, there's different thoughts, different philosophies, where the left side of your body is the receiving one, the right side is the giving one. That song that I played y'all, The American Way, I had made a decision to, hey man, I'm gonna release this sumbitch before the election. Set microphones up a couple of times, couple whatever, but that's not even worth mentioning because you know what? I didn't do worth a fuck on it. I did not put in any amount of effort. I didn't put in the snake runs. I didn't put in the bleachers. I didn't put in all that. I did not do that. And that's okay to take my accountability. However, I wrote that song, got intention to put that thing out. That's a position where I can get better in my own human journey. I need to step up a little bit more, but I don't need to beat the shit out of myself for it. Especially when you're doing 98% of kicking the shit out of human beings and what they're doing. So, like, stop. Hey, man, you want to change your nutrition? Great. Like, you got the fucking focus. You got the aim. That is the position. Change that and keep struggling with it. That's okay. You know, but like, don't beat the shit out of yourself. I'm tired. I'm tired of JP beating the shit out of him. Come on, can y'all hear that? I mean, for real.
No, but you know, I definitely understand what you're saying. I don't want to undermine anything that you're saying. It's just we're not getting any younger, bro. And as we get older, you know, the screws get a little loosened, the bearings get a little old, and like that's when your nutrition starts fucking with you, and then you're like, hey, you got diabetes. Hey, like, hey, you.
Oh yeah.
So I want to avoid that. Knock on wood, man. My blood work every year is great, but there's only a certain amount of years that I can continue this shit before it fucking hits me in my tracks.
And I think the history you have with working out and taking care of your body is why you're able. You know, even with me mowing yards, that's a blessing to me, you know, because it helps me with...
It's activity.
It keeps me going. But, you know, going back to your situation, I get both where you're coming from because as a brother, we're like, oh, no, you're kicking ass, bro. You're doing great. Don't focus on just that one thing. But I also know where you're saying you want to be more disciplined and going back to what you're saying, holding yourself accountable for... This is the one thing that I haven't been able to conquer. Yeah. Well, once you put all that, you know, once you focus on it, but yeah, don't beat yourself up because we're going to stumble. We're human, man. We make mistakes. You know, if you go home and eat a snack tonight, shit, I applaud that you haven't watched porn in 5 months because you know I watched some before I came over here. No, not really. But you know, so
wink,
if you can focus on what you know,
wink or wank wank.
Both. I winked while I wink.
Hey man, I'm guilty too, brother. I'm not throwing it on the back.
Hold on, do we shake hands?
Wait.
But
no, I get it, man. Don't let us deter you from. Hey, I got this. Go on. But I think if you attack it the way you've attacked everything else, you're going to get there. And I know you've wanted to do it for years, and you felt like you've let yourself down. But then you got to think of, like you're saying, everything else that you're destroying. You don't have to worry about that no more. So now you can focus on your goal for 225 and do it. You know, and you'll get there in 2025. You know.
Yeah, dude, thank you, man. But let's reel it back just a little bit, like what you were saying, that the lady just had a little area that she was concerned with. I think everyone's got that. You know, I think that's my area. Yeah. You know, is my nutrition, and my wife and my eyes is the most beautiful thing in the world, right? But you ask her, and she'll give you 8 or 9 things that's wrong with her. And I always make it a point to compliment her and tell her she's beautiful, but that can only go so far. You've got to actually believe it yourself. And
That
yeah,
is
I
it,
guess you're
brother.
right. I need to start believing in myself to be more disciplined. But that's what the point that I wanted to make about that is, like, I think we all got that one thing that we wish we can tighten up.
I got about
And
27.
definitely, and I didn't mean to take over the conversation
Nah, dude.
or like
that's what you're here
gloss.
for.
Yeah,
For real,
no,
bro.
seriously.
Yeah.
We should be getting paid more than. No, like it wasn't me and take over the conversation. It was more like relating to like.
Babe, go get the man some cheese pizza.
But
That's bad.
no, like you're saying, like we all have a something, and sometimes somethings are bigger.
Yeah.
And it's bullshit. Almost all the time, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like it should be acknowledged, and if we want to change the situation, for instance, once again, hey, one of the reasons why I started writing songs was because songs were a comfort to me when I didn't have a comfort or a friend or a loved one or whatever. Even though I had great parents, great friends, all that. But hey, man, sometimes got loneliness and. But part of the reason why I started writing songs is to give that to other humans. Now, I can do that if I'm on stage, but Bass, you are failing if you have the technology to record that situation and you are not giving it. Like we are failing. We're dropping the baton 100 meters away, on the anchor leg. Like that is on me. And that is not me beating the shit out of myself. It is saying the same thing as JP is saying, like, hey, man, I could do a little bit better about the seating. But it's also like, hey, man, as soon as you realize, like, what the issue is, like, that's half the problem.
Yeah.
And no matter how much you got to struggle with the problem, me recording or you eating, like, hell, bro, I talked about you and me. You going to drop some weight? I'm going to gain some weight. Guess what? I lost more weight. like I have failed in the program from the last 8 weeks. The negotiation between you, but look at your face right there. You're like, oh man, like, dude, you're gonna beat my ass up for that? Why are you gonna beat yourself up for that? Why are you gonna do the same thing?
point,
Like, how would you talk to a nephew? How would you talk to a niece?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
why
right.
are you beating the shit out of yourself?
That's a good point because I struggle with that too, and I know, in a way, we can tell everybody when they're being too hard on themselves. Y'all would tell me the same thing, like you ain't got. And I get though where you're coming from because it is something that you have struggled with, and that you're wanting to knock it out. So I think what I was saying is the more you can focus on that, but yeah, don't beat yourself up and say, you know what, you're gonna have days you're gonna knock it out the park, and you're gonna have some days when you're like, man, I don't wanna fucking do this.
Yeah.
And that's life, But your health, when you have a purpose, a reason why, I think that's awesome. I come from a family that's, I've said it many times there, all of them been wiped out by diabetes and heart disease. I'm not expected to live to 60, so I either got to get my shit together or deal with it at that. So I get where you're coming from, but I just pray you don't stress yourself over it because you're
No, because I've thought about it and I've have a game plan, and eventually, like even starting a couple weeks ago, discipline has been piece by piece, little by little in my life, in my nutrition already.
Working.
So like skipping a fucking snack or going to bed hungry, that type of
steps.
shit
Little steps.
is preparing me for what I want for
Yes, sir.
2025. But I want to ask you, are you a New Year's resolution kind of guy or fuck no?
Man, I'll be honest, man. There's probably been about 3-4 years in my life where I've had a legitimate New Year's resolution, but nah, man. The only way I've done the most successful New Year's resolution is I start it right before Christmas if it's something I actually want. So then when I'm wearing out my motivation, I leapfrog on everyone else's motivation at the new year, and so can build that habit. But that makes me sound a little magnanimous. I would say 90% of the years of my life, fuck no, man. Like, and if I have made one, I have failed miserably,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I got 2 weeks in, like everyone else, and then we're bowing out.
There's always next year.
Yes.
For real, man. I was the same damn way.
We're done with this shit. Fuck it.
It's fucking January 3rd, Thomas.
Here's the
Have it-
2026. Oh shit! I'm gonna try and be more accountable and disciplined this year. Now that I'm older, you know, with the girls. And
Are
stuff.
you
You
in-
said don't do it.
Are you a New Year's resolution guy?
Not really, man. I think last year no, not really. I just think kind of what Boss was saying. You want to get yourself going and spring off of it. I just think you got to be motivated throughout the year, regardless. Now, working out, I never had that. I was just like everybody else. Okay, I'm gonna go work out January 1st and get going, and by January 4th, fuck this place.
Yeah.
Now I have more of a purpose and a reason. Back then, I don't think I cared about my health as much, and even when my kids were young, I didn't necessarily think about the future. But I have a reason now to be more accountable in that New Year's resolution. So this year, if I set a New Year's resolution, I have a purpose.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
kids are grown now. Now I'm praying that I'm around to see my grandkids one day, if I'm lucky. So now I'm thinking about them, because when I was in junior high, I was already thinking about my kids. I used to pray for kids one day. Didn't know if I was going to be a dad, but I used to literally pray for kids. If I was going to be a dad, maybe they'd be healthy, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm praying for my grandkids, that if I'm around, that they're healthy, but that, grandpa's around for them. So that's kind of my resolution, is to just hold myself accountable and have a reason why I want to get shit done. Because if it's up to me, do it for Thomas Rios, I'm going to check out, after the third or fourth day. So
Yeah.
Yeah. What he said. I mean, that's a way better resolution than what.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
So Jordan, I'll ask you this,
My
bro.
bad, Jordan.
No. No bad at all. Like, that is the real shit right there, brother. Like.
Well, and plus, man, like I jokingly say, I only, statistically, I only have 15 years left. If I,
Yeah, I mean-
and so I gotta really make those next 15 years count. But instead of worrying about these next 15 years, I'm gonna focus on today.
And 15 years is a blessing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my younger days, I probably would have been all stressed out and like I don't want to think about it. Now I'm like, shit. If I make it to these next 15 years, hey man, what am I gonna do in between then? So
If I got my fingers, if I can use the bathroom on my own,
yes, sir.
and I got shelter and running water, like, if you got any perspective, life ain't so bad.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
for
a good
real.
point.
Like, that may make me sound like a simpleton or like low bar, but like, honestly, for real, that is my bottom line. Like, I can flip on a switch, got light, got running water.
A lot of
got
shit
some
gets
food.
taken for granted, for sure.
Bro,
Yeah.
and I take shit for granted.
I was gonna say
too.
I'm guilty of that too sometimes. Yeah.
But I'll ask you, do you think that there's any point, aspect, part, anything in your life that just needs a little bit more discipline?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Where you want?
Would you want to?
He said, "What do you want me to start?"
I mean, I thought it was a yes or no question. But,
Yeah.
no, all right, here's how I approach this thing. And so the first, 20-something years of my life, I was probably too hard on myself and just, straight up, we're going to do a different kind of discipline and masochistic.
Yeah.
Basically. And then once, hey, we know football's done, I was like, fuck this. We're going to be the slacker. 100% the other way. And so, I've been trying to balance that thing out.
Did that fuck you up for being an adult and out of football?
What's that now?
Like, did that way of life fuck you up as a young adult out of high school? Like, being so driven and determined half of the year and then being a slacker the other?
Well, it wasn't so much half a year on, half the year off. It was more like from age 8 to 23 was totally on. And then from 23 and realizing like, hey man, this thing is really not. I mean, I was even like thinking like after I didn't make tech team trying to walk on, I was like, XFL just opened up.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be like the whipping boy on that fucking thing. Like, and my mom was like, "You crazy son of a bitch!" Like she didn't say that, but like her eyes were like.
Is that where all your your eggs were in that basket of hoping to do? And like, so he was saying to have to go from that to like, was it, you know, to what you say slacking?
Okay, got the question now. Yeah. No, whiplash of psychology.
Oh, yeah.
And all that, but yeah, I mean, at least for me in particular, like professional athlete, professional musician, the music, like it doesn't even be viewed as trying to be the pro, trying to be in the spotlight. It's I love football, I love music.
Yeah.
So if you are driven by those, like those are two of the lowest probabilities of being like an actual professional act.
I feel you.
So it's like I'm not going after like the grandiose thing. It's just like actually this is what's in my soul, and actually got a little bit of skills of both of them.
That's deep,
matter
though.
of fact.
Yeah, that's
you
deep,
know,
'cause
like
that's badass though. I think so because it's what your heart desires. You know what I mean? And
just go after it, leg it out.
Yeah, and for you to do the football thing, and you had a goal and something, and then to switch over to the music. Do you find any of this? And not to, it's your show. I don't mean to ask questions, but
dude, go ahead.
Do you find do you find yourself sometimes going through the same struggles that maybe you did in the sports aspect with the music?
Absolutely.
Okay, because as you're talking, I was listening. I can see it.
What were those struggles?
What were those?
Well, I mean, across the realm, everything from you got a lot of competition.
Yeah.
A lot of competition you don't even know about. It's all about reps. A lot of it's about a mentality, because I've had this argument with so many human beings, man. Whether it has been I'm playing guitar right here on JP Lopez show or somewhere else, or if I ever played Madison Square Garden or some bullshit. Everyone wants to talk about this is a different stage. This is different bullshit. It's the same fucking trick.
I feel you.
What am I doing on the same guitar? What am I doing on that? Like, no, you are only getting in your own head and letting that mentally fuck you up.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Some Bob Dylan shit right
just like coming out of a, hey man, if we're on a wrestling mat, at regionals, at district, or at a quadrangular, if we're out on a fucking football
Dude,
field.
you just blew
like,
my fucking mind.
There is no difference in anything that you're fucking doing.
So you grow up boxing, not just
That
you grow
is
up
actually
boxing,
also
right?
true.
Like you grow up boxing, you're undefeated, you've made your way up, and you're fucking fighting a title fight.
Mm-hmm.
And your dad is your trainer, and your dad's like, "You've been doing this your whole fucking life. Go out there and get it done." It's basically what you just fucking said.
Yeah, the ring's still the same. Boxing gloves are still the same. Punches are still the same. Doesn't matter who's watching. Fuck all this bullshit.
That's
it's the
badass.
same
It's just
fucking
we
trick,
complicate
bro.
shit ourselves.
Stop getting in your fucking head. Do your fucking trick that you train yourself on over and over and over and over again. How many left shoulder, left flipper? You know, I mean, how many of those are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, like just do the fucking thing. It don't matter who's watching. Don't matter what money's on the line. Don't matter nothing. It's the same fucking trick.
There's some people that need to hear that, dude. Whether it's, you know, their music, comedy, as a parent, doesn't matter the size of the audience. Doesn't matter.
Don't
where
make a fuck, bro.
That's badass.
We've
brother.
complicated shit way too much
For real, bro.
to stack the odds against us for
Yeah,
no
man.
fucking reason.
Yes, sir.
I mean, right now, you talking to me, talking to your boy, talking to these loved ones. What if we were in front of 40 million people right now?
Yeah.
JP, what's gonna go on?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, Same fucking thing.
Same thing.
But
Just
let's
talk-
let's
just
dumb
talk,
it down
you
just a
know?
little bit.
That's cool shit,
Like
man.
we're getting together, we're pre-gaming to go out tonight, and we're like, if anyone gets into our face, we're fucking them up.
Oh, yeah.
Like we are complicating shit in our own head that no one's ever gonna get in our face.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? Like 90% of the time, it's not gonna fucking happen. It's just we're
That's right.
complicating
Yeah.
shit.
We
in
want to
our
let
own
each
heads.
other know, that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't even worry about
That's
that
fucking
shit.
nuts, dude. You just made me change my train of thought.
Fuck
into,
yes, brother.
Like
I wish I could have heard that 25 fucking
No
years
shit,
ago.
dude.
No, but for real, bro. And salute to you, bro. And I mean that because I struggle with the same things. And sometimes I don't realize that you go through some of the same thoughts, or you or anybody, somebody.
No, we all
listening,
do. Every
we all
single
do.
human being.
And
don't make me look like I'm like, hey, all you other human beings.
He walks
like,
on
I'm
water.
bulletproof. Right, right. Yeah. None of that bullshit. No, it's struggling through those struggles to know that truth.
sir. Yes,
but
sir.
what were you saying? Sorry, brother.
Well, no, I love that, brother. I was watching ESPN and Lawson, I think she's a coach for Duke women. She went viral for a speech she gave out to some of her girls. She's talking about how you handle tough situations, and she's like, nothing's going to be given to you. If you're waiting for everything to get easier, which that was me for 20-some years, she's like, you got to learn how to handle hard better. And it went viral, but man, when I watched it, it's kicked me in my nuts.
Yeah.
Kind of like what he said, because sometimes we don't realize.
you're never gonna have enough money.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
never gonna have the perfect time.
Exactly.
Like everyone waits to start till they stack up their bread or the perfect time.
Right.
Or that's never gonna come.
And in
never.
y'all, in his sense, if you wait for it to be 20,000 people, you're missing out on the 500 that might be there. Or even in the podcast, if people are waiting, like I can't do it because I want to have 10,000 listeners, it's like, well, you're missing out on the 200, what's building to the 10,000.
Yeah.
And I struggled with that. So hearing that was and even what I was saying earlier, is a kick. Sometimes you need that kick in the balls to remember it's not about how many people are watching. It's about the fact that you're doing something you love. And I don't know, you didn't say that, but this is what I got out of it. You're doing something you love. You're doing something you love, and the ones that matter. And everybody else can go along for the ride eventually. But I love what you were getting at, and I kind of put my own twist on that.
Well, I mean, it's almost like you got your own voice and you're your own human being out here in the world. Rios.
Yeah.
I mean, almost like
I love you, Jordan, man. It was a pleasant surprise to see you today, man. It's a
No,
blessing,
man. I was, getting dropped off over here and waiting on JP. And he's like, hey, man, I'll be there in a second. I'm like, great, man. I'm going to get dropped off a little early. And then I hear somebody yelling at me. And I was like, starting to think it's JP. I was like, hell no, that's real.
I was listening to some old 90s country.
What is up, motherfucker?
If I ever lost my faith in God, I was listening to 90s country and I saw Jordan Bass. I was like,
Can we
God
start
reminded
singing
me.
White Walker?
Right? Oh, bro.
We were just listening to Wyona Judd.
Poor Rico's like, who the hell are they talking about?
Thomas pulled up to working 9 to 5.
That's my shit right there.
Oh shit, it's Jordan Bass.
hey, sidestepping on that note. Hey, man, I want you to get a story going on in your head. I want you to get a story going on in your head when I say the words karaoke, because I'm going to tell you about a time I got buried, got put out to the crucifixion on a karaoke.
God dang.
So, like, I mean, we...
Were you in the Grand Ole Opry or what the fuck?
Boy, I'd have felt more comfortable. I was... Real story. I was in a bar, and probably not the bar any of us are going to go into at some point, but I'm there with my girlfriend, my then girlfriend, and I get signed up for some karaoke here. And, hey, man, I'm down for some karaoke.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna give me 9 to 5. With this, we got a typewriter working in on this beat, and you're gonna give me all these words. Like, I'm getting cooked out there. Like, even though I know the song, like, this is bullshit. Like, how about I give you, I don't know, 2 of America's Most Wanted? Fuck you. It's like, what do you got on those lyrics?
If you had to sign up for karaoke yourself, what song are you singing?
Sitting on the dock of the bay, Otis
Oh
Redding.
shit! Smoking on the
Hey
dock
man,
of the bay.
I can do that thing either sober, shit faced, medium buzz, Just feels good, little vibe. Think about that.
Have you seen the Mad TV parody of that?
Oh yeah, that's what I was.
With
not.
Whitney Houston?
No, I'm
We're
not.
all smoking on the dock of the bay, getting high.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that was some good shit. I know. Yeah.
see, people shouldn't be calling each other out, man. I mean, get stitches. Like, hey, man, what happens on the dock happens on the dock. Shut the fuck up.
That's none of your
shit
business.
Yeah. On that note, man, we'll take a break. We'll come right back.
This episode is brought to you by Patriot Paint and Construction. They specialize in residential and commercial painting and drywall. If you're looking for any job to be done for exterior, interior painting, let them know that it's the JP Lopez Show sent you. They can be reached at 806-544-7199. Once again, that number is 806-544-7199. And be sure to tell them that it's the JP Lopez Show sent them.
And we're back.
Caught me on my phone.
Yeah. So before we left, I was talking about discipline, but Thomas, I'll ask you, man. 2025, what's on the brain? What's on the mind? Or what's the mindset for success for 2025 for you?
I'm just gonna get it done, brother. No more making excuses. As far as my company, it's every year. I want to do this. I need to. I'm gonna do it, brother.
Fuck yeah.
And if it's like riding a bike, right? You fall down, you get back up. And yeah, I just want to. I want to tackle success head on, even if success kicks me in the ass at some points. But yeah, no more excuses. Just make shit happen. And I've had some good experience to teach me, and I know. You and San Juan, y'all get mad at me in a loving brother way. Like, dude, you have it. It's there.
Yeah.
I just no more excuses, brother. Like, set my goal and go conquer it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that not in a way, not the word, for lack of better words, pisses me off, but it irritates me on how you down talk yourself.
Yes, sir. No, I know, bro.
I'm like, bro, like you said, like. You want to, like, bro, you can, you will, you could.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate y'all holding me accountable because I've done that a lot. I guess you could call it play the victim. Didn't mean to it, but yeah, humbleness kind of turned into self-deprecation. And no more, dude. Because it goes back to thinking about my grandkids. I want to leave a legacy for my grandkids to know that. If Grandpa faced obstacles, he busted those walls down. So yeah, this year no more, man. I'm hoping to make double my my yards in a day, and no more excuses. And whatever doors open, whatever shut, and I don't have to play the violin, feel sorry for myself either.
You know what I heard? I heard it was actually a TikTok, and he said, you know how you get like let's just say a fucking red Cadillac. I don't know how you described it as far as a car, but like you get a red Cadillac, and then once you get that red Cadillac, you see it everywhere.
Yes, sir. Literally.
And he said that life works like that. Like you don't see opportunity and open doors because you're just fucking blinded. And then when you focus on your success or you focus on your whatever it is, that's when you notice that opportunity or that open door.
Yes, sir.
But it's been there
a
long time. You just never fucking saw it.
And sometimes it takes an outside voice, some partners kicking your ass, but it ultimately it's up to me to do it. So yeah, no more excuses, man. It's okay to learn something. I learned cutting yard 10 years ago. I was the same way. I was like, man, I don't want to fail. I don't want to screw it up. And my little cousin told me, he's like, man, grass is going to grow back. He's like,
yeah.
And it's okay. If you fuck up, you fuck up. And
always dishes to do, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
always
sir.
dishes.
So I think that's kind of like, that's my successes this year's, learn from my mistakes. And when I stumble, get back up and not wait for somebody to pick me up or wait to see me get up. Now I just get up and keep moving,
For sure, bro.
So that's what I'm hoping for.
Dude, that's awesome. And I speak your success into existence,
Yes, sir.
bro.
I appreciate you, bro. Love that.
Jordan, same question, man. 2025, what does success mean to you, bro?
Well, before I answer that, I want to say something to my older brothers, you. This man gave me a ride first day of high school.
Sir? Oh, yeah.
Him and Science picked my ass up. Hey, man, let's go Pinocchios, You didn't have to do that as sophomore,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you,
but
sir,
you were a brother from.
I mean, that's true. All right, we knew each other before then,
Yeah.
that's for sure. But
Yeah.
you didn't have to do that shit.
Nah,
you didn't,
I had to.
But because, hey, man, seniors, hey, pick up a sophomore. I mean, that ain't cool.
Well, that's
you
the
know?
thing too, man. Is like you always bring that up. It's just, I can't tell you how many times we went into your room to fuck with you. You know what I mean? And
I
it was a
do.
group of us at your house. You know what I mean?
Y'all are
Or-
invading my room watching Jerry Springer, eating my mama's food, having a good ass time. Hey, man, what can I do?
And in our eyes, I mean, you were just a little fuckhead, you know?
Right,
And-
right,
But that
right.
being said, when you put shit down onto paper and we're traveling for lunch and we see your ass walking to wherever the fuck you're going,
And
like,
also we've seen
"Skirt,
this
hey,
little-
pick him up. Hey, where the fuck? Come on, get your ass in.
We've also seen this little kid beat the shit out of his friends with boxing gloves in this same room. But no, where I was going with that, whether it's my older brother on the wrestling mat, because zero bullshit, like, yeah, man, we've talked about it, but like, for real, so much respect there.
Likewise.
Oh, shut the fuck up. But for real, this is actually, if we peel apart all the statement, it would fall under the category of a white privilege statement because, you know, I'm just saying, nah, man, y'all have had to work a little bit harder, got to do a little bit more, and that thing fucked me up right there. No, I had a good line there. But nah, man, for real, I envy y'all, man. Like, I always wanted to be a bigger dude. Like, you're over here talking about your weight and shit, but like, man, I want to be built like you. I want to be built like Duck. I wanted to be in the heavyweight division like Rios. You know, like,
Yeah.
we all have the human being thing of like, hey, man, we want to be the other one. And it's like, actually, man, these Mexicans got some culture and some size, and I want to be them. You know, like,
No, but I get that because we always want, like the basketball guys, they want to be rappers, and rappers want to be
right,
athletes.
like all this shit.
Yeah.
And like, hey, man, like, yeah, all that. all
So,
that.
so what is 2025? What is success?
All right,
mean?
yeah, please get me out of that conversation.
Jordy, I love you, man.
Trying to talk real, but hey, man, born with a silver foot in his mouth.
But you handled it well. You weren't to me. You weren't some spoiled brat. You know what I mean? We not to get off subject.
Yeah,
when
if
you
you're a
say
spoiled
Wedge
brat.
Buster. Wedge Buster.
yeah.
Signing up for that?
yeah,
If you were a spoiled brat, your ass would have never got picked up.
exactly.
To go to
If I would have been there, I was like, "Will you buy my pizza, Jordan?" No, but
Right.
you know, silver
Hey, man,
spoon.
you got a good lap, but you ain't a bitch.
yeah. No, we
We're going
love
to call
you,
you a
man.
bitch. But,
You fit right in with the brotherhood.
Anyway.
I tell you that much. Man.
I appreciate
I mean
that,
that,
man.
brother.
No, 2025, yeah, yeah. What does that mean, success? Man, once again, it makes me sound like so simple or so like low bar.
But come on, bro, for real.
I want to be at peace, bro. That's it. I want to have shelter, running water, don't have to worry about any of the common things that we all take for granted, flipping on a switch for some light, whatever. Have enough money to buy some craft beer, buy some good weed, and once again, have shelter. And
Yeah.
that is fucking it.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro.
That is it.
Was that taught to y'all?
Question.
With my dad, who honestly, like, breadwinner there, nah, man, he taught gratitude and, you know, financial responsibility and all that. But, nah, man, yeah.
Because you and your brother kind of went against the grain.
Oh, kind of?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, absolutely, brother. You're
Because-
being kind. You're
yeah.
being kind right
Yeah.
now.
because
Yeah. The mold,
Grayson fucking bounced to fucking Japan and
All
like,
over.
yeah.
All over.
And
all
then
over. And then it's
you-
like, I could have done something else, but like, oh, he wants to try to be a professional athlete, and then that don't work out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be a professional musician.
But
you
that's
know?
what I'm saying. Like, yeah, when y'all, it wasn't instilled in y'all to just follow your dreams, or that's just something y'all just did.
It was instilled in us to follow our dreams, but there was also like a practical side to it, where it's like, hey, this is also how the world works.
Yeah, just be
You know,
real.
like,
yeah.
yeah, like, hey, that's great. You want to be Heisman Trophy winner, Jordan.
Yeah.
Also, you're gonna have to gain 50 pounds, shave 3/10 of a 40 off of, and yeah, we got a lot of other things like promoting the thing, but also being practical. You know?
You're heavily speaking about like being a success in sports, right? When that dream became
Extinguished.
yeah, when you came to the realization that was just a dream, did that hit you? Was that a gut punch or?
Man, that's an interesting question because once again, like I got like half a practical side, half a artistic side, and they both meld together and tug of war there. Man, if I was listening to my spiritual side when I was asking the Force, like it was probably like sophomore year, I was like, hey, if football is not for me, then you need to let me know. Like I'm speaking to the Force, however you want to think about that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
speaking to the Force, and they let me know it was like it ain't for you, and I was like, nah, I'm not listening to that. So I laid this son bitch out for another 3 years, you know, and I tried out all 5 years that I was at Tech.
That's
got better, got bigger, got stronger, got faster. That's another story, all the things, but I knew it wasn't for me, man. And so once that hit me, even though it was 3 years before I accepted it, yeah, that's a heavy dose, bro. Like if that's what you've been thinking since you were 8 years old, and now you're 23 or 22, whatever, like
it's like a marriage. You love it for so long. Yeah,
that's it.
Wow, that's deep.
You know, to be honest with you, in my entire life, I don't think I've had a gut punch like that. I don't think I've came to a realization that something wasn't for me, and thank the mighty Lord, you know, that it had everything I pursued was for me.
Yeah.
But
See, I've been picking up your slack, bro. I've had like 5, bro. Fuck you.
so
Sorry to
I mean,
interrupt.
nah, bro. I don't know. I just want to hear more on that because I'm outside the box on that, and
I mean, if I'll elaborate more, if you want to hear more on it, like whether it's that or a job, a friendship, a partner, a lover, of whatever. Like I've experienced all those where my intuition has gone against what the real intuition is telling me, and I think the real trick in all that is not beating yourself up over it, but realizing that you have to go against that actual intuition to realize what it actually is.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Experience, right?
Like you have to go like, hey, if we're gonna have balance in some way, if we have laziness over here, and then we got too hard over here, somewhere in between is the medium. That's the balance. And so like you got to go extremes both ways. And so like I think the real trick in life, or at least with mine, with a lot of losses, learn to handle those losses, man. And like learn to like, it's not an actual loss, it's a win in the end.
It's funny that you say that because I was actually thinking about that not too long ago. I played sports my entire life. Like when I was a kid, all the way through, of course, high school, I played sports. I learned to be a loser really early in age because I was
football, everyone, give it up.
I was never on a winning team.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
And
Shit sucks, bro.
But I was always great. I was always a great athlete, a great whatever the fuck I was. But we just
Doing my
sucked.
job. Doing my job, brother. Yeah. And how frustrating is that to
I mean,
you,
it's
JP?
frustrating, dude. Like,
You're
and then
putting
it's-
in time. You're putting in effort. You're putting in the heart. And
It's
hey,
nothing to show for it.
middle linebacker can't show the fuck up.
I think of the bomb squad that talent y'all guys had
shit.
my sophomore junior year. Y'all, because I wasn't on it. If they gave a fuck, they probably could have been undefeated. That's how, and I get that. So I won't say it was easy because you had to put the work and effort into it. You
Yeah.
know? It wasn't like it just yeah, you were naturally strong. You're like an ox, but you had to put the work and effort
Yeah.
in it to get. So it kind of came natural to you, where some people may have thought that it was just easy for you. No, but like the losing factor sucks. And then Tech was decent in a lot of sports back then when we were kids. So it didn't. It was Lubbock High, and then we had a little relief with Tech.
Yeah.
And then we went through a phase where Lubbock High still sucked. Then Tech started sucking, and so it was hard on me. But seeing the worth ethic you put into it and stuff, Lubbock High is always going to be that way, but it kind of helped us be the men that we are.
But
you know what I mean?
But to our children too, though.
He's
Not
you
not
a kid, bro.
not so much my kid, but like us as a group, our kids. Even Son Juan talked about it. Like our parents, our kids kind of looked at us like y'all are full of shit because we got no. Like, hey, we won state, or hey, we went this. Like, we had nothing to show for that.
Right,
It was just like
right.
the season's over and y'all sucked.
Yeah.
Right,
But
yeah.
we were fucking bad to the bone, man.
Y'all give me credit. My kids hear y'all talking about I was a good wrestler. My daughter's boyfriend, my weight class state champ, probably would kick my ass, and I was like, I can't get credit nowhere.
Yeah.
But when they hear stuff that we talk about, it's hard for them to understand it. But I'm like, wait till you get old, kid. I might be in my 40s, but I still feel like I'm 20.
Yeah.
So our kids look at us like, or my kids at least, they didn't think that was that. I wasn't the greatest athlete, but when it comes to wrestling, I tell them. We started
you were
this shit.
fucking-
Okay,
You
all
were
right.
a
I gotta say something
shit,
on behalf of my boy over here. I don't care how good your daughter's boyfriend is. Maybe he's Johnny Badass. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe he's what's homeboy Dan Gable or
Right,
whatever. Who the fuck those?
But he's not no Thomas Rios, right?
Listen, man, your boy over here, dude.
Yeah, he's a dog, man. Fucking dog.
It was the wildest shit I've ever seen in the heavyweight division, where it's like this cat is just rope doping
Yeah.
everyone. Like he's just like
It's because I didn't believe I was fat.
yeah.
No, but yeah,
Well, that-
he's just right here, and he's just gonna smoke people, just
But
like
that's
bait
the
them
thing.
into the
That's
shit.
the thing that
and
I've
fuck 'em
always
up.
like preached to him is like,
real, baby.
if you tackled, like if you went the coaching route, there would be no doubt in my mind you'd be the Nick Saban of college wrestling.
Hell yeah,
yeah.
We didn't get this boy an Iowa job.
Yeah.
Iowa.
I don't say regret no more, but had I listened, and I remember even with my brothers, they'd tell me, I didn't believe in myself because I guess looking back at it, you're almost. I was content with y'all guys telling me I was good. You know what I mean? Instead of even in football, like I see signs. He went. He would tell you, like, JP, you're way better than me. You should be coming to Eastern New Mexico. And he told me to try it, but I was too content with just like, hey, my bros see it because my insecurities. But looking how far it's grown now, I see though, like, I did plant a seed. Even talking with Sugar Bear, I love hearing y'all guys because y'all took notice of it, right? Well, then in the same sense, I couldn't have been who I was without y'all. Same thing with you. I couldn't, because when you have someone pushing you in a loving way, even in a, get your apps up and work out, when you have somebody motivating you, it goes back to that reason, right? I had a purpose.
Well, bro, I mean, I love what you're saying.
No, I feel.
That's your boys over there.
Right.
I was younger than you, so I'm not talking shit in
Yeah.
the 172 class to the heavyweight in my senior
Yes, sir.
over there.
Yes, sir.
I'm not talking that shit, and I'm telling you, dude, the respect I got from you on wrestling is every single time you got on the mat
Yes, sir.
in the quadrangular.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I think this boy's about to get his ass whipped.
Yeah.
And all you did was whip other people's asses.
yeah.
I was like, after a certain amount of time.
But that goes.
And same thing with like you, and like I mentioned blessed man, so fucking Duck, like seeing you fucking big dudes, like that's all I wanted to be. I was like, man, I'm playing defensive end over here.
Yeah.
Like I wish I had some fucking size where I could like not just like eat ankles at human beings to like get by.
Well,
like,
you talk about that. So that guy for me was Big Brad Vaughn.
Oh yeah,
fucking Brad, dude.
He
That's
was
a beast,
monster,
bro.
he was intimidating, bro.
Yeah.
He was a
That's a
intimidating.
bad
is,
son of a bitch.
for a
That's
lack
bad
of,
son
of a
of a
yeah.
better word. Yeah, he was that guy for me. I was like, man, I want to be big and nasty like that mofo.
That dude is breaking literal helmets.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, cracked his
like-
fucking face, man.
Yeah.
And just threw it at the trainer like, give me another one. I'm ready to go.
One of the coolest
Here you
people
go,
I've ever
Coach
met.
Pep.
Yeah.
Dr. Pep.
But that's what I say. That's what I say is like we learn to be losers early in life because that dude had, I couldn't tell you, probably like 50 fucking offers.
Yeah.
Dude, he had a full ride from Oklahoma State.
Like a lot of
Like,
fucking
yeah,
places.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you would never know because he came out of Lubbock High being a fucking loser in football all his whole high school career, you know? And I got a glimpse of being a winner through my son. Like he came up in the YFL Super Bowl. He played for a middle school that always won, played for a high school that always won, deep in the playoffs. And I got a glimpse of that, but if it wouldn't been for him, I would have had a no taste at all for that shit.
You got
What's
no
it like to be a winner?
Yeah, exactly. For real.
For real, bro. I used to love when you would post because you'd be all excited, and I was kind of excited from a distance too because we won 5 games and we thought we were fucking. We
And
were
that's the
shit.
thing. That was our
You know?
Super Bowl.
Yeah,
We
so
won
it's
5
it.
games.
Hey, man, we were 500.
Yeah.
Like you have no idea what it's like to feel like when the season ends and it's a laugh, a fucking laugh to just think about playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And bringing it back around real quick to old Brad Vaughn there because, yeah, he was best friends with my best friend's brother growing up. So we overlap with.
Shout out old Billy.
Would he give you crap all the
Hey,
time?
man, for real. Hey,
That
Spiegels,
was a good dude, man.
Billy and Richard, man,
Good dude.
for real. And so, Brad, I was talking with him one time over at the Spiegels, and my brother made the team as a junior as a holder for Nathan Krause there as the kicker.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, brother is he's a decent athlete, but hey, man, we're making the team as a holder. Okay, all right. We different athlete is younger brother actually playing the position. But I was talking with Brad one time over at the Spiegels. He was like, I fucking hate your brother. And he was saying it in a loving way. He said, because I have unloaded on him multiple times in practice. And he just gets up and starts laughing. I'm like, yeah, that is definitely
Yeah,
the
that's
dude you
great,
hate. And that is right on brand with my family. That is what we're going to do. Like, knock the shit out of us. We're going to laugh at you.
That's that
You
old
know?
bass blood.
Hell yes, that is. That is what we're going to do. Come again. Come again.
Those are some good times though. Practice, like you said, you could be bleeding, you'd have that smile on your face. That's what I remember most about football practice with y'all guys was that. Like no matter
Let's
what,
go.
you get your ass. Yeah, exactly. You get right back up.
So,
Yeah.
so this is
Smile and bleed.
Yes, sir.
this is the New Year's episode, bro. And that being said, you got any goals or visions for 2025?
Hey, man, I'm going to get this pinky finger back in line. I'm going to put on about 10 pounds that I've been missing. And honestly, I want to spend a lot of time, whole lot of time, on me and building what I put off the last 2.5, 3 years that I've told myself, told other human beings that I'm gonna do, and I've not done. I'm holding myself accountable on that
Yeah,
shit.
let's get it.
Like I've failed with my own goals, and so goal is redemption.
Accountability is everything because we can sit here and bitch about me not losing weight.
But
and-
don't beat the shit out of yourself.
But that's the
It
thing,
just-
though. But that's the
yeah.
thing. Let's be honest. Accountability is everything because
That's
I
what's
just
up.
told you I'm a late night snacker. I was bullshit. I can cry and bitch that I'm not losing weight, but I'm not being accountable for like motherfucker. You didn't even go 4 days.
I didn't plug in a computer put on a guitar,
Yeah.
put on some headphones, and try to do something. I didn't do it either.
Yeah.
But let's don't beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Accountability, move on. Let's get better tomorrow. You know, like
Fuck
whatever
yeah,
the
dude.
fuck it is, you know? Like that is it. Like it is equal measure, man. Like we don't got to beat the shit out of
Yeah,
ourselves.
we don't. Yeah, because even if we fail today, tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah.
Gracias a Dios, by God's grace, hopefully
And
we
that-
get a new chance to do it again
And
tomorrow.
that sounds like hippy dippy bullshit, but it's not.
It's
like
the
that
truth,
is
Yep.
true life.
Yep.
So I know it's kind of like a similar question that I just asked you, but what's your 2025 vision?
To be more accountable, to be more, accessible to those that not necessarily matter, but to those that not I don't sound selfish, to be those that align with my goals, with my dreams, with my visions. I felt like I've been a good friend and a good family member my whole life, but I can improve on that. I want to be a better brother to y'all guys, to my blood family. I just want to be better, you know, like and pick up. So if I had a great 2024, I want to pick up from 2024 and kick ass in 2025. So
Yeah.
hold myself accountable, be accessible to those that need me, and also to not try to save everybody. That's probably the main one. Can't save everybody.
That's, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
if I can focus on those three things, I will have a pretty busy year in 2025.
Can I throw something on there?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
I think he helped pull something out of me, one of my goals. And one of the things I think you were, at least in part of it, trying to say when you were talking about giving love to the loved ones and all that was, hey, baby, got a lot of love in my heart giving that thing. But one of my goals is having the reciprocity. Hey, it doesn't have to be always I give 5, you give 5.
Right.
But hey, man, on the level, hey, man, are you giving up reciprocity as a loved one, a teammate, a business partner, a fucking driver out on the road? Like, if I'm gonna let you in, are you gonna let someone else in later? You know, like anything, just reciprocity, but especially in your inner circle.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, that's what I'm looking for. Whether it's friends, partners, lovers, whatever. Like, it don't got to be a scorecard, but hey, man, reciprocity.
And that's
you know?
that's awesome that you can be open about that, because a lot of times we tell our partners like, oh no, I'm good, I don't need nothing, and you go home. I know for me, going home like, damn, I wish somebody understood what I was going through. Well, how do they know if you don't let them know? So
Right.
being willing to say, hey man, I got your back, not having to ask, do you got mine, but knowing you have it, that's a beautiful thing too.
Absolutely,
and I hope
brother.
you know that no matter the distance, how far, no matter the years we haven't talked, man. When I say that, we look at you as the same Jordan in the backyard,
Yeah,
getting
man,
drunk,
y'all-
barbecuing at like on a school night. You know that
Y'all-
you hold me and JP to a high standard, and I speak for myself, but I know JP will echo it. Man, we look at you the same way, man.
Y'all are wild.
You're a badass
Y'all are
dude,
wild,
bro.
man.
You're a
Y'all are my older brothers, man. It's
Always,
wild to me that y'all even think of shit about me, man. For
No,
real.
dude,
for
for
real.
real, man.
You're one of a kind,
yeah,
brother.
Yeah,
No, you're sweet.
you're forever tattooed on my heart, man. Before we go,
You're sweet.
I always ask, like, do you have a final thought?
Final
And-
thought is, what was the rest of it?
No, just whatever you want to share for your final thought, man.
Man, I'm so proud to be from Lubbock. I choose not to live here right now for different reasons. And if there was one place, if the world's going to shit, I'm looking after these boys right here. I'm coming back home and we're going to fucking do the thing.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, we're going to ride and die on this fucking flatland for damn sure. But no, for real, it blows my mind because of how much I looked up to both of y'all and still do, that y'all actually think and give a shit about me. For real. That is, it blows my mind. I appreciate it, brothers.
Likewise, brother.
Hey, man,
real.
forever, bro. For
real,
real.
man.
Thomas, final thought, bro.
Be good to yourself. give yourself some grace. If someone's hurt you, forgive them, man. Not for them, but for yourself. And love one another. There's your old country song, "Live Like You Were Dying." We're not promised tomorrow. So, I would say just if you're holding on to it, and this goes for Thomas Rios, man, speaking to myself, let it go and love, man. If you have one person out there that loves you, outside of your family, if you have a friend, one brother, one sister, somebody that loves you, man, you're blessed. So be good to yourself, give yourself some grace, give it to someone else.
Amen.
I would say my final thought is you're good enough.
Good shit.
I would say, like, if you're waiting for that final, whatever, that fucking income tax, if you're waiting for, just stop waiting. Like, do it now. If you got the means for a food truck, whatever the fuck it is, man.
Good shit.
Do it, because you know what? You're good enough. And I get it. Like, success is not overnight. I get it. We have to realize that Coca-Cola, being the monster that Coca-Cola is, I think I read somewhere where they only sold like 25 fucking cans or bottles of Coke like their first 2 years
These
in
guys
business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That being said, look where they're at now.
Come on, brother.
Dude, you're fucking good enough, man. Put it out there. Keep grinding. Keep fucking doing this. I wanted to quit the show a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, people were flaking out. It was a motherfucker. It was more work than I thought it was. And then to get random people hitting me up every time saying, hey, that was a badass episode. People coming up to me like, because of you, I spoke to my brother I hadn't spoke to in 6 years. If that's what I did, then it was God's work, and I was good enough. And
I was gonna say you're good enough, brother.
yeah.
You really
See,
are.
all right, I was just about to pin. Me and Rios against you here. 2 against 1. I mean, you know how to take care of yourself here.
Yeah.
Verbally, physically, mentally. You're outnumbered with me and Rios.
Yeah.
You're a team of. So all that whole statement.
Yeah.
I want you to say that shit in the mirror
Oh,
every
for sure.
fucking day.
Yeah.
Because part of the conversation we've been having,
Good shit, though, man.
you, hey, man.
You're good enough. You're fucking good enough. Yeah, exactly.
And you never
For sure.
realize how, just you saying it, bro, thank you. You know, and you never realize, we always piss on each other, but
All right.
sometimes you need to remind yourself and those next to you, you're good enough, man.
And also, like, all right, so I've been trying to tell this man about man in the mirror over here throughout the thing, and he's giving me my flowers, talking about how I've helped him out. I need to give you your flowers on this situation because this man is texting me, and he's like, out of nowhere, he's like, Jordan, today, like, I'm putting, like, a thought, a gratefulness, a blessing on you today. And, like, I mean, it is coming time, like, right on, like, spiritual time.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you think about spirituality and all the things, but right in the force time.
When you need it.
And I'm like, bro, like, you have just come through. So, like, to hear some of that, and, like, I've been blown away by you talking about it. I'm like, I only hollered out my friend who I'm like, hey, bro, how you doing? I'm like totally saying what's up. But you were, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it all the time. I got no problem saying it. Like, I send those messages to everyone that comes to my heart, comes to my mind.
Just fire away when it comes to mind.
You know what I mean?
know?
Like,
yeah.
and I make it to, I don't know, man. Not be, hey, man, we've been
Here's how heavy
disconnected.
this
Like,
is.
no, we've been disconnected. You know what I mean?
right.
I'm just, it's really because I'm thinking about you that I send it to you.
Because you give a
know?
shit, bro.
So when I, same type of shit with you, hollered at this man, it was same fucking thing. It was not, hey, let's trauma bond or let's I got no one else in my life. It was, which all those things suck.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was not any of the motivation with you.
Right.
And I'm hollering at this man. I'm like, hey, man, I'm just telling you, cross the mind, you're kicking ass.
Yep.
You
That's
know,
badass.
like, give them the flowers when they're still alive.
Exactly.
Would we
Yeah.
please?
And we need to do that more. And I pray more people do that, because when you hit me out and you send me those messages, it has to be God led, because when you
Come
in the
on,
forest,
it's the force.
you know
It
what I
is
mean.
the
When
force, dude.
we're in that middle of and we need it, and somehow, oh, you were just crossing my mind. That's
Yeah, but it's the funeral situation.
yeah.
How many people go to your funeral? Fuck tons.
Yeah.
How many people are in your like daily life?
It depends on the weather, brother.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It
Like,
depends on the weather on both of them.
but what I'm saying is like more people will come to your funeral than just to fucking
there,
text
yep.
you and like, hey,
Right.
how you been? What's
And
up?
that's why I said when y'all send those, even giving me shit, like I love when y'all give me shit about Hulk Hogan, because man, it's like they always give me shit. But it's because when you never know what a person's going through. I've had a person tell me years ago that they were thinking about ending it, or they were thinking about this, and they're like, and you're this damn Care Bear, and I used to beat myself up for being a Care Bear.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean-
so you never realize.
Didn't we all?
Right,
I mean-
and so you never realize when you give a shit, somebody might need to hear it. And there's times I
real,
forget to
for
hit
real.
send, or like I'll send it later, and it's like it was on your heart for a reason. So y'all
There you
too
go.
have that discipline. Like that day you called me, I was like, I answered it, and I
Who is
didn't
this?
answer at first, and then he called right back because I figured you weren't good. And man, I hung up that phone call, and I had
You
it prayed in
blocked
the
me, bitch.
and and I told God, I was like, I needed that. I was like, man, you don't realize there's someone gives a shit, and even if it's someone in Colorado drinking a beer thinking of you,
Well, that
you mean something. So it goes back to what we say, you're good enough, and you're good enough.
That's the thing is like I got different connections with different human beings, so it's like whether it's once again you in wrestling,
Yes, sir.
you in football, Jerry Springer at the household, and all the things like. It is one of those things that I've chosen to like. All right, you can go one way or the other. You're always at a crossroads.
Yeah.
Like you can either choose to enact on the love and embrace that and say something. And honestly, like, man, I don't want to disclose the name, but like had a couple of friends that we know that their mother passed away within the past couple of years, and on anniversary, I hollered at the brother I was less connected with.
Yeah.
Okay. But I hollered at him, even though he's like brother from another mother. And I let in, I was like, hey, man, every time you stick your nose into something, either you can figuratively or literally come back with a bloody one. But that being said, I'm just hollering how you're doing about your mama being gone this first anniversary. And I was ready to get my blood, get my fucking nose popped in.
Right.
And he said, Bass, that's big time. He was like, thank you so much for calling. And that's the same inspiration that I call you on. I call JP on. It's just like, hey, man, you know what? I think about it like a football player. Instead of making like pick sixes, I'm dropping fucking love bombs on human beings as
Yeah,
best as I
Yeah.
can. Like whatever I can. Like
Don't ever
it-
change, brother. I mean,
And I may
ever
come
change.
back with a bloody nose. but hey, man, let's
worth
go keep fucking making plays, you know?
That's badass, and that means a lot to both of us. I know that because you give a shit, and I hope you know we give a shit about.
Nah,
you too,
man, like, y'all, hey, man, I don't got all the time to call all the human beings in the world. So, like, hey, man, at some point, I'm going to run out of human beings, but,
Yeah.
like, y'all are on the fucking list. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Dude, I love you, man. Thank you for coming on, man.
nah, fuck this show.
Yeah, fuck this
Yo,
show.
this is the last time. You are amazing, man.
But this was 3 or 4 months in the making.
2 weeks,
and
man.
I'm fucking glad you're here. I'm glad we shined the light on you, man.
Hey, man,
You don't know what you do for me, man. I love you, bro.
you're a beautiful son, bitch,
Thank you,
JP.
I fucking love you. Thank you, man.
Love you, brother.
I gotta give some quick shout outs. I gotta give a shout out to Theta Burrito.
Sir.
If you haven't had them, then you're missing out. Check them out for all the lunch specials and breakfast burritos. Patriot Painting Construction. I want to shout out the One for the Road podcast, the Polar Opposites podcast. I fuck with them heavily. Friends barbecue. Friend Jimenez and friends, motherfucker. Shout out Mark Jimenez, man. Love that dude. And Bubba and Bree, D-Lights Lubbock. Shout out the houses. We're gonna set off 2025 with a fucking bang, man. And I got some great shit in the works for y'all guys, man. So until next time, read some books.